Hey there everybody, welcome to our 42nd 2024 Bowman Draft Jumbo Break. And number 43 is up and running. We'll link that one up in chat right now. There you are. And for today, we have Allie with 4 teams: the Orioles, the Astros, the Marlins, and the Cardinals. We have James B with the Red Sox, the Diamondbacks, and I missed one somewhere, the Pirates. We have Dario C with the Yankees, Steve R with the Rays and the Rockies, Joshua G with the Jays, Thomas E with the White Sox, Sherman with the Guardians, Tigers, Mets, Phillies, Reds, and Brewers, George with the Royals, Kurt with the Twins, Brandon H with the Angels, Christian S with the A's, A's and the Cubs, Nick R with the Mariners, John I with the Rangers, Brian H with the Braves and the Giants, Jason S with the Nats, Charles S with Charles S with the where was I? Dodgers, and Francisco with the Padres. Okay. Now this is the start of the last case that I have. So after this is a decent chance there won't be any more 24 Bowman drafts. And today is the draft day of 2025. My Cardinals were one pick away from Ethan Holiday, who went 4th. Said we had a pitcher that in the scouting report says really is one good pitch. So that is not, does not look great to me in my opinion, but we'll see what happens. Alright. We have Luke Cashel, Twins, Luis Baez, Astros, Zero Hope, Dodgers, Braylon Morrell, Rangers, Tenerife Valdez, Cubs, Ryan Clifford, Mets, Rhett Lauder, Reds, Juan Baez, Brewers, Byron Churriel, Twins, Rafael Schlesinger, first for the Guardians, Peyton Toole, first for the Red Sox, John Spikerman, first for the Phillies, Nathan Flowling, first for the Rays, Nick Mitchell, first for the Jays, James Tibbs, first for the Giants, Kalen Culpepper, first for the Twins, Seaver King, first for the Nats, Carson Bench, first for the Mets, Brody Brecht, first for the Rockies, Bryce McCage, first for the Brewers, Josh Hartley, first for the Pirates, and Kavir Steers, first for the Padres. Chrome Rainer Arias for the Giants, Rhett Lauder for the Reds, Aiden Miller for the Phillies, Eduardo Herrera, White Sox, Dowell Joseph, Mariners, Fernando Cruz, Cubs, and a Padre, Leo DeVries, 21 of 199. It's a Aqua Lunar. That'll be for Francisco. Plasma, Matt Shaw, Chicago Cubs for Christian. Refractor first, Cal Steven for the Jays for Joshua, and Jared Cerner for the Marlins. And that'll be for Allie. We have Roman Anthony, Red Sox, Sebastian Walcott, Rangers, Vladdy Guerrero, Mets, Giovanni Rodriguez, Mets, Jose Perdomo, Braves, Nate Knowles, first for the Rays, Grant Shepardson, first for the Marlins, Denver De Los Santos, Twins, Gerald Perez, White Sox, Dalton Rushing, Dodgers, Joshua Lugo, Angels, Enrique Bradfield Jr., Orioles, Chase Harlan, first for the Dodgers, Casey Cook, first for the Rangers, Jamie Ferrer, first for the Twins, Eli Serrano, first for the Mets, Aiden May, first for the Marlins, Zach Earhart, first for the Red Sox, Randall Diaz, first for the Nats, Nick McLean, first for the White Sox, Blake Larson, first for the White Sox, and Carter Holton, first for the Braves. Alright, we have a Chrome first, Bryce McCage for the Brewers for Sherman, Josh Hartley, first for the Pirates for James, Kabir Steers, first for the Padres for Francisco, Zach Earhart, first for the Red Sox for James, Errol Armas, first for the Cubs for Christian, Nick McLean, first for the White Sox for Thomas, Blake Larson, first for the White Sox for Thomas. In tune is James Tibbs of the Giants. That'll be for Brian. Refractor first Josh Kuroda Grauer of the A's for Christian. And Clark Candiotti first for the Padres for Francisco. Grauer is a third. Something looks orange in there. An orange paper. Alright, Michael Massey, first for the Tigers. Jose De Paula, Dodgers. Brandon Sprout, Mets. Yohandy Morales, Nats. Jeremy Rodriguez, Mets. Tink Hence, Cardinals. Theron Lorenzo, Tigers. Aiden Miller, Phillies. Braylon Brazoban, Pirates. Blake Wright, first for the Rockies. Theo Gillen, first for the Rays. Connor Griffin, first for the Pirates. Carter Johnson, first for the Marlins. Drew Beam, first for the Royals. Dakota Jordan, first for the Giants. Boston Bateman, first for the Padres. Ryan Waldschmidt, first for the D-backs. Cam Smith, first for the Cubs. Jack Caglione, first for the Royals. Cam Caminiti, first for the Braves. Ben Hess, first for the Yankees. And an orange Oriole. It is Samuel Basallo, 1925. Nice team color match there for Ali. The orange Oriole. Alright, Chrome first Chase Alsop for the O's for Ali. Michael Massey first for the Tigers for Sherman. Bryce Eldridge, Giants. Joshua Lugo, Angels. Aiden Smith, Rays. Curly Martha, Rangers. Genriche Valdez, Cubs. A Lunar Glow of Mick Abel of the Phillies. That'll be for Sherman. Refractor first Johnny King for the Jays for Joshua. And refractor first Tanner Jones of the Royals for George. Fernando Cruz, Cubs. Aiden Major, first for the Guardians. Gage Zeal, first for the Yankees. Bryce Eldridge, Giants. Tommy Troy, D-backs. Ethan Salas, Padres. Noble Meyer, Marlins. Arjun Nimala, Jays. Davison De Los Santos, Marlins. Curly Martha, Rangers. Ethan Anderson, first for the Orioles. Chris Cortez, first for the Angels. Braylon Doty, first for the Guardians. Griff O'Farrell, first for the Orioles. Bryce Rayner, first for the Tigers. Hagen Smith, first for the White Sox. Carter Matheson, first for the Phillies. Nate Dome, first for the Mets. Luke Coleman, first for the Reds. Griffin Burkholder, first for the Phils. Jonathan Santucci, first for the Mets. Kellen Lindsey, first for the Dodgers. Alright. Our Chrome, we have Chrome first Ryan Harvey for the Yanks, for Dario. Luke Cashel for the Twins. Walker Jenkins, Twins. Pablo Guerrero, Rangers. Adolfo Sanchez, Reds. Charlie Balinson, first for the Mariners, for Nick. Sky Blue, Jeremy Rodriguez for the Mets for Sherman. In tune will be Jose Perdomo with the Braves. That goes to Brian. Refractor first, Eric Hernandez for the Braves for Brian. And refractor, Yohani Morales for the Nationals for Jason. We have Aiden Smith, Rays. Yandri Vargas, Dodgers. Ty Petey, Mariners. Vladimir Asensio, Red Sox. Dowell Joseph, Mariners. Leo DeVries, Padres. Rainer Arias, Giants. Colt Emerson, Mariners. Samuel Basallo, Orioles. Eduardo Herrera, White Sox. Tanner Jones, first for the Royals. Tyson Neighbors, first for the Padres. Mike Sirota, first for the Reds. Carson DiMartini, first for the Phils. Rodney Green, first for the A's. Trey Snyder, first for the Mets. Cody Shojinaga, first for the Phils. Travis Bazana, first for the Guardians. Cash Mayfield, first for the Padres. Caleb Bonemer, first for the White Sox. Cal Steven, first for the Jays. Josh Grotograuer, first for the A's. Alright. There's a sparkle in here somewhere. I see it shining. Alright, first round Ben Hess for the Yankees for Dario. Tyson Lewis, second rounder for the Reds for Sherman. Billy Amick, second rounder for the Twins for Kurt. Cole Messina, first for the Rockies for Steve. Woody Dean, first for the Tigers for Sherman. Eddie Reinders, first for the Pirates for James. And a sparkle White Sox, it is Blake Larson, 102 of 200. And that'll be for Thomas. Second round of Blake Larson. Bowman Draft Night, Chase Burns for the Reds for Sherman. Refractor first, Nick Montgomery for the Braves for Brian. And refractor Juan Baez for the Brewers for Sherman. Jackson Wentworth, first for the Jays. LP Langevin, first for the Royals. Francisco Villarreal, Yankees. Caden Dana, Angels. Brock Wilkin, Brewers. Chandler Welch, first for the Brewers. Pablo Guerrero, Rangers. Max Clark, Tigers. Harry Ford, Mariners. Yoelin Cespedes, Red Sox. Ethan Bagwell, first for the Braves. Casey Salk, first for the White Sox. Cole Mathis, first for the Cubs. Jared Thomas, first for the Rockies. Blake Burke, first for the Brewers. Braylon Payne, first for the Brewers. Johnny King, first for the Jays. Sam Antonacci, first for the White Sox. Eric Hernandez, first for the Braves. Nick Montgomery, first for the Braves. Ryan Sloan, first for the Mariners. Jacob Cozart, first for the Guardians. We have a Chrome First Gauge Zeal for the Yankees for Dario. Ryan Clifford for the Mets. Brock Wilkin, Brewers. Agustin Ramirez, Marlins. Braden Taylor, Rays. Trey Morgan, Rays. And Dylan Cruz, Nats. Plasma will be Jack Caglione for the Royals for George. Refractor first, Ryan Sloan for the Mariners for Nick. And refractor, Davis De Los Santos, Marlins for Ali. Alright, Agustin Ramirez, Marlins. Luis Quinipa, Braves. Felvin Celestin, Mariners. Charlie Balinson, first for the Mariners. Jackson Kent, first for the Nats. Chase Alsop, first for the Orioles. Connor Foley, first for the D-backs. Shang-An Lin, Reds. Brock Porter, Rangers, Miles Naylor. A's, AJ Causey, first for the Royals. Bryce Cunningham, first for the Yankees. Levy Sterling, first for the Pirates. Dante Nori, first for the Phils. Trey Yesovich, first for the Jays. Christian Moore, first for the Angels. Fenwick Trimble, first for the Marlins. Ty Suthasine, first for the Cubs. Jaron DeBerry, first for the Brewers. Ryan Johnson, first for the Angels. Titus Sissel, first for the Diamondbacks. Hunter Cranston, first for the Mariners. A Chrome Davner de los Santos, Twins. Paulino Santana, Rangers. Josiah Romeo, first for the A's for Christian. Jackson Kent, first for the Nats for Jason. Victor Hurtado, Nats. Fallon Celestin, Mariners. George Lombard Jr., Yankees. And then a Cam Smith in action insert for the Cubs. And that'll be for Christian. Refractor first rounder JD Dix for the D-backs for James. And refractor Mick Abel for the Phillies for Sherman. Alright, Kyle Teal, Red Sox. Matt Shaw, Cubs. Luke Acasial, Twins. Luis Baez, Astros. Azir Hope, Dodgers. Braylon Morrell, Rangers. Cooper Pratt, Brewers. Ryan Clifford, Mets. Brett Lauder, Reds. Juan Baez, Brewers. Byron Churio, Twins. Rafael Schlesinger, first for the Guardians. Peyton Toll, first for the Red Sox. John Spikerman, first for the Phils. Nathan Flowling, first for the Rays. Nick Mitchell, first for the Jays. James Tibbs, first for the Giants. Seaver King, first for the Nats. Carson Bench, first for the Mets. Brody Breck, first for the Rockies. Bryce McCage, first for the Brewers. Josh Hartley, first for the Pirates. Chrome first, Theo Gillen for the Rays for Steve. First rounder Connor Griffin for the Pirates for James. Carter Johnson, first for the Marlins for Allie. Drew Beam, first for the Royals for George. Dakota Jordan, first for the Giants for Brian. Daniel Egan, first for the D-backs for James. Josh Crone, first for the Mariners for Nick. And Plasma will be Brian Waldschmidt of the Diamondbacks for James. Refractor first rounder Braden Montgomery for the Red Sox for James. And refractor first Tyson Neighbors for the Padres for Francisco. First round refractor. Enrique Valdez, Cubs. Roman Anthony, Red Sox. Sebastian Walcott, Rangers. Vladdy Guerrero, Mets. Giovanni Rodriguez, Mets. Grant Shepardson, first for the Marlins. Whoa. Davner de los Santos, Twins. Gerald Perez, White Sox. Dalton Rushing, Dodgers. Joshua Lugo, Angels. Kalen Culpepper, first for the Twins. Chase Harlan, first for the Dodgers. Casey Cook, first for the Rangers. Jamie Ferrer, first for the Twins. Eli Serrano, first for the Mets. Aiden May, first for the Marlins. Kavir Tears, first for the Padres. Zach Earhart, first for the Red Sox. Randall Diaz, first for the Nats. Nick McLean, first for the White Sox. Blake Larson, first for the White Sox, and a sky blue paper. Trey Yesovich, first round pick for the Jays. 289 of 499 for Joshua. Alright, Chrome, we have Jared Serna for the Marlins. Clark Candioti, first for the Padres for Francisco. Tanner Jones, first for the Royals for George. Caden Dana, Angels. Yohani Morales, Nationals. And Juan Baez, Brewers. Purple, first round pick. Griff O'Farrell of the Orioles, 163 of 250. That's our second numbered Oriole. It's time we get a first round pick. What's that up there? Couple little somethings up there. I don't know if it'll come off or not. I'll try. No, No, they're still there. Let's see. Kind of see right there is little dots. Wherever they are. I don't know if they're smudges or scratches. Alright, in tune we have Leo DeVries for the Padres for Francisco. Refractor first round Nick Kurtz for the A's for Christian. And refractor first Brooks Auger of the Dodgers for Charles. Alright, 3 auto packs at the end here. Jose Perdomo, Braves. Nate Nobles, first for the Rays. Michael Massey, first for the Tigers. Jose De Paula, Dodgers. Brandon Sproat, Mets. Yohandy Morales, Nats. Enrique Bradfield Jr., Orioles. Jeremy Rodriguez, Mets. Tink Hence, Cardinals. Theron Lorenzo, Tigers. Aiden Miller, Phillies. Braylon Brazabane, Pirates. Blake Wright, first for the Rockies. Theo Gillen, first for the Rays. Connor Griffin, first for the Pirates. Carter Johnson, first for the Marlins. Drew Beam, first for the Royals. Carter Holton, first for the Braves. Boston Bateman, first for the Padres. Ryan Waldschmidt, first for the D-backs. Cam Smith, first for the Cubs. Jacqueline Cagliano, first for the Royals. That corner is a iffy, I think. I see a shaving on it. Maybe it's fine. Just did a shaving. Chrome first, Randall Diaz for the Nats for Jason. Brian Holiday first for the Cardinals for Allie. Ethan Scheffelman, sorry, first for the Tigers for Sherman. Ethan Anderson first for the O's for Allie. Chris Cortez first for the Angels for Brandon. Braylon Doty first for the Guardians for Sherman. And upside down auto here, refractor auto of Caleb Bonemer, I believe is a second rounder for the White Sox. 004 of 499. He was 43rd overall pick, so a very high second rounder. And that one will go to Thomas. Bowman draft night, Connor Griffin for the Pirates for James. Refractor first, second rounder Dylan Drayling for the Rangers for John. And Vladdy Guerrero for the Mets for Sherman. Alright, good first auto. We have Walker Martin, Giants. Parker Smith, first for the Astros. Josiah Romeo, first for the A's. Zach Veen, Rockies. George Lombard Jr., Yankees. Ashadri Vargas, Rangers. Jared Serna, Marlins. Johnny Farmello, Mariners. Camilo Diaz, Astros. Walker Jenkins, Twins. Emil Morales, Dodgers. Adolfo Sanchez, Reds. Chase Burns, first for the Reds. Gage Miller, first for the Marlins. Ivan Luciano, first for the Diamondbacks. Ryan Campos, first for the Cardinals. Aaron Parker, first for the Jays. J.D. Dix, first for the D-backs. Brandon Montgomery, first for the Red Sox. Nick Kurtz, first for the A's. Dylan Drayling, first for the Rangers. Ariel Armas, first for the Cubs. Chrome first, Carter Matheson, Phillies for Sherman. Nate Dome, first for the Mets for Sherman. Luke Coleman, first for the Reds for Sherman. Griffin Burkholder, first for the Phils for Sherman. Jonathan Santucci, first for the Mets for Sherman. Kellen Lindsey, first rounder for the Dodgers for Charles. Auto will be Bryce McCage of the Milwaukee Brewers for Sherman. McCage, second round, 57th overall. In tune, Walker Jenkins, Twins for Kurt. Then we have a second round refractor, Jacob Cozart for the Guardians for Sherman, and Colt Emerson of the Mariners for Nick. Up we go. And to our final pack here. Alexander Albertus, White Sox. Braden Taylor, Rays. Trey Morgan, Rays. McAble, Phillies. Dylan Cruz, Nationals. Edgerel Radney, Diamondbacks. Paulino Santana, Rangers. Clark Candioti, first for the Padres. Ryan Harvey, first for the Yankees. Griffin Herring, first for the Yankees. Brooks Auger, first for the Dodgers. Victor Hurtado, Nationals. Daniel Egan, first for the D-backs. Josh Crone, first for the Mariners. Brandon Neely, first for the Red Sox. Brian Holiday, first for the Cardinals. Ethan Shuffleman, first for the Tigers. Tyson Lewis, first for the Reds. Billy Amick, first for the Twins. Cole Messina, first for the Rockies. Woody Dean, first for the Tigers. Eddie Reinders, first for the Pirates. Chrome first, Carter Holton of the Braves for Brian. Boston Bateman, first for the Padres for Francisco. First round, Ryan Waldschmidt of the D-backs for James. First round, Cam Smith of the Cubs for Christian. First round, Jack Caglione for the Royals for George. And a first round, Caminiti for the Braves for Brian. And a purple auto, upside down, first, will be John Spikerman of the Phillies. 103 of 250, I believe is a third. That'll be for Sherman. 100th overall pick, yes. We have Bryce Eldridge, plasma insert for the Giants for Brian. Sam Antonacci, first for the White Sox for Thomas, is a fifth. And then Caden Dana of the Angels, that will be for Brandon. Alright, and that's everything in our box today. Do you only grade cards, or do you only grade cards you break, or do you also accept submissions? I'll accept submissions, I don't care. I just have yet to have anybody actually send anything to me to do that. But I would. Alright. For our autos today, we have a purple of 250, John Spikerman of the Phillies. We have a refractor auto of Caleb Bonemer of the White Sox. And a base auto of Bryce McCage for the Brewers. For our numbered parallels, how many boxes in a case? 8. 8 jumbo boxes in a case. We have a Fuchsia Lunar Leo DeVries of the San Diego Padres of 199. We have of 200 Sparkle Blake Larson, second round for the White Sox. A purple of 250, first round Griff O'Farrell for the Orioles. We have a paper orange of 25, Sam Basallo of the Orioles. A first round sky blue of 499, Trey Yesovich of the Toronto Blue Jays. We have a lunar glow McAble of the Phillies, and a sky blue chrome of Giovanni Rodriguez of the New York Mets. In action insert, Cam Smith of the Cubs. Plasma insert, Jack Caglione of the Royals. For refractors, we have a, I think third round Josh Kuroda of the A's. Fourth round Nick Montgomery of the Braves. First round J.D. Dix of the D-backs. First round Braden Montgomery of the Red Sox. First round Nick Kurtz of the A's. Second round Dylan Dreiling of the Rangers. And second round Jacob Cozart of the Guardians. In the back, our chrome, we have Tyson Lewis of the Reds, Ben Hess of the Yanks, Connor Griffin of the Pirates, Theo Gillen of the Rays, Kellen Lindsey of the Dodgers, Griffin Burkholder of the Phils, Jack Caglione of the Royals, Cam Smith of the Cubs, Ryan Waldschmidt of the D-backs, Cam Caminiti of the Braves. So that'll be that for our 42nd 24 Bowman Draft Jumbo Break. Number 43 is up for sale, link to chat, and the usual spiel. I will get you guys results tonight. We'll have it shipped out tomorrow. Thanks for joining all, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.